Hey guys, World of Warcraft Classic comes out today, and I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about my plans for the coming week. I plan on streaming for an extended amount of time, and I want to talk about my strategies come launch, maybe some tips that'll help you guys out. And as well, I want to talk about my server, faction, class, race choice, and the implications that'll come with it. This is going to be a more extended video. I plan on just rolling the original vanilla World of Warcraft trailer in the background so you guys don't have to stare at this face in widescreen for the entire time. And this is just going to be a more casual video with me just talking. There's going to be less cuts. I'm just using my camera for recording and Adobe Audition with my microphone. So yeah, kick up your feet and grab a drink. Let's just chat. So my stream schedule, I plan on streaming for a super extended amount of time come launch. I want to maintain a normal sleep schedule, and without going for an extended amount of time, it's just going to throw my sleep schedule off. So I'm going to try and hit a ridiculous 30 to 32 hour stream, and that will align me at 10 o'clock p.m. my time, allowing me to sleep for 8 to 10 hours, wake up at 8 a.m. the next morning, or get ready and be ready by 8 a.m. to stream again for another 16 to 18 hours and keep a standard sleep schedule. I did take a couple days off work, used some vacation days so that I could stream and play WoW. This is the first time I've ever taken vacation days for a video game. I'm pretty excited. But I don't want my sleep schedule to be completely gone by the time the next week rolls around when I have to return to work. So 30-hour stream, 32-ish hour stream, and then 6 to 8 hours off, and then 8 to 16-hour streams, and so on and so forth following the latter half stream schedule. Moving forward on launch, there is going to be a kind of tip or trick that you can use. It's something that a lot of people know about, but you can sit in the character creation screen for 30 minutes before being disconnected. So you're on the server, you can just hover your mouse over the enter world button, wait for it to turn red at launch time, and just hit launch and go, and you'll be in the game. You won't have to wait in queue, and you'll just be ready to roll. The problem with this is that 30-minute that 30-minute time disconnect. So you're going to want to get into the server less than 30 minutes before launch so that you don't get disconnected and have to rejoin the super long queue. And my idea is that if you're able to, test the waters an hour, maybe an hour and a half before, and see how long the line is going to be to get in. And hopefully you can hit that perfect spot in line where you get into the server less than 30 minutes beforehand, and you're just ready to go when the game launches. The worst case scenario for this is you get into queue and you're in the server less than or more than 30 minutes before launch, and then and you're super close to that 30-minute mark. Then you'll have to get back in line, and it potentially could be really bad. I don't foresee that really happening unless a lot of people are trying to use the same technique, and a lot of people just leave and get right back in queue, and then you'll just be jumping behind those people. But yeah, I say test the waters if you can an hour and a half, an hour before. I plan on streaming a waiting party, and hopefully I can test the waters a little bit for that. I have a little bit of an analogy. It's a weird analogy, but to help wrap your brain around this login queue. So imagine you're going to a theme park, and the theme park opens at, let's say, 10 a.m. But a specific ride that you're interested in riding, a specific roller coaster, doesn't open until noon. So you can get in line and wait in line for this roller coaster, but here's the weird part. If you are a member of a set amount of people at the front of the line and you're there for longer than 30 minutes, then you get kicked out. You have to go back to the back of the line. That is the weird part that we don't have happen in everyday occurrence. That is why this can be kind of hard to wrap your head around. So the goal is maybe take a peek over at the line while you're enjoying other attractions, streams, and other WoW videos and stuff like that, and take a peek over at the line at the hour and 30-minute mark and the hour mark and see how long that line is, and potentially join in on the line so that you can get a head start of the other people who are not in line yet. You just don't want to be a member of the party at the front of the line that's been there for 30 minutes and has to be kicked out. You can also think of this front of the line as people physically sitting in the roller coaster carts, but if they sit in the roller coaster carts for more than 30 minutes, they have to exit the ride, and so then the ride doesn't actually start with them in it. It's kind of a weird analogy, but I think it helps explain the situation a little bit better. Moving forward, I plan on playing on the Faralina server. The plan is like 95% sure that I'm playing there. It's just if for some reason server time is like the queue time is like 5 to 6 hours or something ridiculous like that, I'll just go play elsewhere. But this server is full currently, and it is NA PvP Eastern server. It is the unofficial streamer server. It's where all of the streamers are going to do their gameplay. Currently, it's a little bit horde sided on the population. It appears that there's about twice as many streamers that are going to be playing horde on this server. But I think that some of the Alliance streamers have a little bit more typical WoW player fan base that watches them. So I think that the server population will still be close to 50-50. Even if it's close to 60-40, that's still fine. When you start getting to like the 70-30 mark or the 80-20 mark, that's where things get a little iffy. But I think that the cons on this server are pretty minimal compared to the pros. The pros that you have for this server are the community events that they're going to have and the streamers are going to put on. Some of the ones that they did during the beta are, for example, PvP tournaments. They did one of these for Alliance and one for Horde. The ones that they did, excuse me, they found this cool place that was off grid, and Alliance members came to join and watch for the Horde PvP tournament and vice versa. It seemed like a lot of fun. I think that these events could be something that are well worthwhile the additional potential queue times and disconnects that occur from having crazy events with way too many people in one region, and you just get disconnected from those reasons. Those cons seem pretty small in comparison to the pros. As far as faction goes, I plan on playing Alliance. I am typically a Horde player, but originally in vanilla back in 2005, I was 9 years old. I played Night Elf Hunter, and I think it would be cool to return back to my vanilla roots. I don't plan on playing Night Elf Hunter, but I do want to play Alliance. I am more of a typical fan of, for example, Tolkien high fantasy. You've got elves, dwarves, humans all working together, and I think that playing through all of those quests that I don't play through as often and the zones that I don't play through very much will be a lot of fun. It'll be more immersive for me, and just can't wait for that. I typically am not too much of a fan of orcs, trolls, tauren. I don't really ever main those as my main character when I'm playing Horde. Occasionally I'll play a undead character, but mostly it's Blood Elf, like the other 80% of the Horde community that plays Horde. They mostly play Blood Elf. Come given the situation and the chance to play the Burning Crusade as an extension of this server, I could foresee myself jumping over to Horde to play at that point in time. but that's so far forward that it doesn't really factor into my choice of picking alliance. As for race and class, I am pretty solidly set on playing a human mage. I've been thinking a little bit about playing rogue or warrior paladin, but I'm really liking the fantasy behind mage right now, even if I can't play soul arcane. But I will test out playing with arcane missiles instead of fireball or ice bolt, frostbolt, as a primary damage dealer. But I'm not foreseeing it being all that popular, so I'll probably play primarily arcane tree with frostbolt filler, where you just cast frostbolt until your limbs fall off from complete lack of pressing anything other than one button, that being different ranks of frostbolt. But because I'm going to be taking time off, I'm going to be maining that, and I'll be playing probably more than some of my friends that want to join, and I'll create an alternate character that I can play with them, which will be probably a night elf, so I can start in the same starting zone as them. Given that option, I'll probably try out druid. I want to try out like a balance druid, maybe with a little bit of feral or resto mixed in there. There's a chance that leveling could be a lot of fun with a balance feral hybrid, where you use Omen of Clarity and melee for feral when you're out of mana, to let your mana passively regenerate in the background, and then you start your fights as balance with your spells. So you start your fights as balance with your spells, and then you transition into feral at the end of combat when you've run a little bit dry on mana, and you can potentially proc some clear casting, free spell casting without using your mana or abilities, since it also works for abilities while you're in feral. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll give me the chance to experience a hybrid class. I typically don't play druid, but it's a class I've always wanted to play. That's just because of the horde options for druid. I'm just, again, not very interested in those races, unfortunately. So I think I'll take the opportunity with my alternate character, something that's not so serious, something that I'm not going to plan on probably raiding with, because balance is not very strong in raiding, supposedly, and this will allow me to have a main character that will be more raid viable, but still enjoy on the side with some friends this alternate character that is a class fantasy aspect that I like the idea of arcane magic just being powered through, and star surges and stuff like that. Just cool idea. So with that, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about today. I've been doing a lot of stuff to keep my mind off of Classic, because if I'm just sitting here staring at a countdown timer, I'm going to drive myself crazy. So the past day, 2 days, week, it's been actually an extended amount of time. I've been spending a lot of time doing research on just Classic background information, not so specific like quest routes and stuff like that, but mostly just kind of hyping myself up, just discovering all the cool information and lore behind Warcraft that is stuff that I don't take enough time to appreciate. The past couple days I have been doing a few more productive, less knowledge-based preparations. A couple days ago I uploaded a video of my snack and drink haul from the grocery store for World of Warcraft Classic. I bought a ridiculous amount of Mountain Dew and Doritos because gamer fuel. It was mostly a lull for Reddit, and so I could get trolled pretty hard by Reddit. I don't plan on drinking all of that Mountain Dew or eating all of those Doritos myself. I also do have meals prepped. I have all sorts of fruit and other kinds of better for you items to eat. I do, however, host game nights at my place and have regular D&D nights. So, I mean, mostly those snacks will end up going to my friends that come over. But it was mostly done for the lulz. It's a pretty fun little video to make, and some fun commentary that was struck up on Reddit because of it. Other than that, I've been doing software stuff. I've been setting up computer software and stream software just to ensure that everything is set and ready to go. I don't have to fiddle with scenes for streaming, and I don't have to fiddle with any other software in the background that might interrupt my gameplay. I'm not too worried about my gameplay being super fast. I don't plan on being a speed leveler. I plan on enjoying the content as it comes. I can't wait to actually get in and there be 100 people in Elwyn Forest. And I've seen screenshots, I've shared screenshots of people waiting 30 people in line to kill a quest boss. And although I may not sit in that line for very long, I think it'll be fun to engage in that content, that community for at least a little bit before I go off to just kill some mobs to generate the XP I would have lost from sitting in line. But I don't plan on speed leveling. No, I haven't really done any specific quest, track, trail, or looked up any sort of specific quest lines to follow to maximize my XP per hour. I don't plan on doing AoE grinding since I'm playing as a mage. I just plan on enjoying the content. You only get Classic once, and what fun would it be to... I mean, I know some people enjoy speed leveling and stuff like that, but you can always go speed level on a fresh private server. I mean, it just... You only get to experience Classic with the number of people that are going to be playing it. Well, now a second time, but I mean, I was 9 years old the first time around, and I didn't jump on the bandwagon until the game had been out for 8 months, and in addition to that, I only leveled to level 20, so I mean, it's something I can appreciate more now, and I'm pretty excited to just kick back, eat some snacks, drink some drinks, join in on a guild, find a random guild, and enjoy just the time spent in Azeroth, have an Azeroth vacation. Some people this year have been going on vacations to other countries. I'm going to be taking my vacation in a digital world, Azeroth, sitting on my chair in my apartment. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys. I appreciate it. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow for more content, I will probably condense some of my fun experiences on Twitch into snippets to put onto YouTube. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button to stay up on that. If you guys want to follow up on a more direct information route, I don't know where I'm going with that, but if you want to stay more up to date, you can follow me on Twitter at RarityDGTL. That's my handle. I'm also going to put a link for all this down below. I'll put a link for the Discord as well. I have a Discord that I've started. We don't have very many members yet, but I think it'll be a fun place to chat all things gaming. I have several different threads for not only digital gaming, but also like D&D and Warhammer and things of that nature. I'll link all of those down below. But yeah, thanks for stopping, guys. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Peace.